Hey everybody, Fun Stampers Journey Coach Janice Whiting here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a super cute and actually pretty simple spring banner. Let me go ahead and hold it up because this banner is only about 1 yard wide. I'm going to show you how you can make it longer if you want, but for this particular banner, there's really not a reason for, especially the way that I hung it up in my entryway. So let me go ahead and show it to you. Tell me what you think. Ta-da! So we're gonna back it up, back it up, back it up. This is it. This is my spring banner. Now I'm gonna pop up in the video. You should be seeing it here pretty soon. What it looks like in my living room, or not my living room, in my hallway, my entryway. Very sweet, very simple. I'm going to show you how you create these beautiful die cut flowers and the simple banner little die cut with the letters that I put on there for spring. All right, I'm super excited about it. I think it's just perfect. It's just the perfect amount of color for spring, and I kind of love how it looks in my entryway. All right, let me show you how to do it. All right, here we go. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started here. So here I've got my banner kind of spread out a little bit. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to show you the very first things that you'll need, or the total things that you'll need. To start off with is, yes, I created this little banner shape and the letters and the die. Everything here is either a die cut or a ribbon, which is really super cool, with the exception of that little cute little bling part in the middle. Love it. But the dies that you're going to need is called Banner Parade. Y'all, this is awesome. If you are a banner person, then you will love this die set. It has 9 die templates. And I used one that was kind of, guys, it gets as big as this, okay? And let's see, the biggest one, I want to go ahead and show you or tell you the sizes here, just so you kind of have an idea. But the biggest one was at 5.5 inches long by about 5 inches wide, all the way down to itty bitty tiny little banner here. Isn't that so precious? It's like, what, an inch? 3/4 of an inch? 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. So tiny. But the one that I used is kind of a mid-size. It's this one right here. And the final measurements on that is, what, about 4 inches? A little less. 3 3/4 inches by 3.5. So 3.5 wide, 3 3/4 long. But you have, as you can see, all sorts of different sizes. So the banner that I created today was super simple, very basic. I just wanted to get something out there and decorate it up in my hallway area, just my entryway area. But you got all those different sizes to choose from. So again, it's Banner Parade, and the information's there on the screen. Now, to create these gorgeous flowers, and you know what? I'm going to show you how I did it. I actually did it so that I hot glued a clip at the bottom, because for whatever reason I was like, well, I guess I could hot glue them to it, or I can make them a clip and I could use them for various things. So, you know, why not? And so here's the cute little flower die cut. So all of this was created out of a die, or multiple dies. And the awesome thing, it's one die set. And this is called the Blooming Details die set. And you get 9 dies in this one too. Awesome value. You get the large bloom. You get the kind of smaller bloom. And then the 2 coordinating kind of fun detail blooms. And I'll go ahead and show you the pieces here. This here is that fun detailed one here, and there's a smaller one as well, but for this flower purpose we use the larger one. And then the leaves, the fun little tiny leaves, and then the bigger leaf here. And I'm going to show you how to create those in a minute, but those are this one here, and then that larger vined, you can see all the veins from the leaf. Isn't that just beautiful? So fun. So you're going to need that die set as well. And can you just imagine all the fun different flower combinations that you could create with that? And then the last thing that you're going to need if you're going to make a word banner is you're going to need some letters. And the awesome thing that we have at Fun Stampers Journey is we have this great die cutting machine that helps you to cut all of these and these letters. So one of the sets that we have, because we have a few sets with letters, but the biggest set that we have for large letters is called Alpha Bold. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my catalog so I can show you. And then I'll bring out the actual dies and show you what they look like. But this is an actual true to size image of the letter, and it includes A through Z and this cute little heart deal and a cute little arrow die cuts. So all those letters, all caps, super, super cute. Love it. And it comes like this. Let's see if I can bring these out here. Move that there. So as you can kind of see the letter die cuts there, they're quite large, okay? And if you're wondering how large, I'm going to go ahead and measure this P here. So they are about 2 3/4 long with, what is that, about 2 1/4 wide? So 2 3/4 long and 2 1/4 wide. So a nice size letter. It's perfect for this banner. So you get 3 plates, and these are these big, what we call our steel rule dies. Let me turn over this way. And there are 3 big, what we call plates, okay, dies or templates, whatever you want to call this. They're real thick. The steel is right in there. If you press down, you could actually feel it, and you run it through the machine. And so we've got this one. We've got the K through the R plus the heart die piece, decorative piece. And then we have the A through H plus these other little, like a dash, the arrow in that one there, Alpha Bold. So these all come together. Okay, it's one set. You don't buy them separately, obviously. And I want to say that it is a great investment. There's the information there. Of course, I'll have it on the screen. It is a nice investment, pretty big investment, but if you think about it, you can use these for anything and everything. I love them. And with those big steel rule dies, you can cut so many different materials, fabric, burlap, obviously paper, and many layers at once. If you're doing multiple projects, you can cut through multiple layers at once. Of course, you will need your die cutting machine, and I'll bring out my machine here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and run through the leaves. You're going to need some of our lemon drop cardstock, and I've already gone ahead and die cut the 2 flower petals that you'll do, or excuse me, the flower die templates that you'll need. And I created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Will fit perfectly if you're doing the spring. Okay, so you'll do that, run that through so that you can have 7 flowers. You'll need those 2. And then I did do the middle decorative piece out of our pineapple smoothie cardstock. And so you may or may not be able to pick up the difference there. It looks like maybe you can. It is a slightly different color yellow, a little bit more muted. So our lemon drop is real bright, and our pineapple smoothie is a little bit more tame, a little bit more muted color. But I love that it kind of adds a little bit of contrast, just a little bit of depth and interest in the flower. So I'm going to go ahead and move these out to the side and show you how I cut my leaves. Now, I normally would have already had it cut, but I've come to the realization that not everybody knows how to die cut. And so I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and take this opportunity to show how to die cut that area, because it's really quite simple. So I'm going to go ahead and even move out this. You're going to see my dirty brown desk, and look at that. Whew. There we go. And I'm going to bring over my Journey Platinum machine, which is one of my favorite machines. So we have here our machine. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on its side just so you can see. It's our Journey Platinum. And we open up the machine by doing one side and the other. There we go. And the machine comes with plates. It has a magnetic plate, a platform, I guess you would call it. I'll go ahead and show it to you here. Now, I did make a video and I explained all of this before, but just again, real quickly, has this side is magnetic, Helps your dies to stay in place, which is nice. When you're cutting different sandwiches or different types of dies, you create different sandwiches, and the instructions are right here. In this case, I'm going to be cutting out the 2 leaves. So I'm going to put my cutting plate down. I've already put my leaf and my solid leaf and then my little stem here to cut. My other plate, and I'm going to send it through the machine. This has a little crank on the side. You'll see I'm going to kind of hold it so I can kind of, it's actually quite heavy. It's not going to move on you, but just out of, I'm going to move it here so you can see it all the way through. There we go. And that right there, that motion that we just did right there is cut my die. It has cut it all the way through. You can just remove it. Oop, there it goes. It fell. There's that. And here's my other little piece. If I can get it out from it being stuck in there. There we go. So I need about 7 of those and 7 of these. Now these are just going to have those little shards that are stuck in there, but they're real easy to pop out. And then you've got that beautiful outline of that leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Now, this is the simple die, the real thin ones, right? When you're cutting your large dies, your steel rule dies, oh gosh, y'all hear that? It's going to be thundering and raining out here pretty soon. When you cut your large steel rule dies, you actually don't need this big old platform. This is quite large. This is about the size of the dies. When you run the dies through, excuse me, the steel rule dies through, you're just going to use the orange plates. So let's say you were ready and you needed the, do I need anything out of A, B, C, D? I don't know. Maybe you're wanting an A. Maybe you're wanting an A out of this. And so you're going to have the plate, the cutting plate. You'll have your die. You'll have your paper, whatever it is you're cutting. Maybe I want to cut this here, and here's the A. Maybe I want an A out of the beautiful little paper there. And then here. Then you're going to send that through the machine. Now, technically, you can send it either way. I could send it straight through like this, or you can flip it over. It technically doesn't matter. The sandwich is the same, and send it through where the pressure is going down. This is generally how I do it, just because in my mind, I'm like, well, yeah, you're cutting, so it's got to go down. But as long as you've got this sandwich, it will cut either way. Okay, and you'll run it through the machine just like you would with those other dies like I just showed you. Okay, so I've got my letters here and the dies that I've already die cut. So we've got the 2 flowers that I showed you from earlier. We've got the leaves, the little kind of veiny leaf, and this little leaf stem. I've brought out a large letter die cut. Now, of course, I used the ones that spelled out spring. You could use whatever you're spelling. I thought it would be fun because of Easter, so you could do an Easter banner. Either way, the actual process is the same. Now you'll also notice I cut out one of our banner parade dies. Again, I used the smaller one, the 3 and 3, and actually this is an actual size, so probably the 3rd one down. You can see it fits right there perfectly. It's the one that's 3 3/4 by 3, what did I say, 3 1/2, something like that. So I did one of those. Of course, for the banner, if you're making the one I made, you'll need 6 of these. Okay, so 1 for each letter of spring. If you're doing a different word and you want to make it longer, then you can cut out a few more. It's completely up to you. But what I wanted to show you is I just wanted to show you how I kind of put it together and how I made the flower, and then what I used to string it all together. Adhesive squares. For this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and use some of our Journey dots. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see, and I'm so sorry for that glare, guys. My lighting is terrible, but hopefully soon it'll get fixed. So let's look at this flower. Zoom in just a tad bit more. There we go. So we've got our 3 pieces here. You're going to use those Journey dots in a minute. Before then, if you have any kind of a foam mat for flower shaping, I have found this old foam mat that I've had for years. And it's just going to be, it gives a little bit of a cushion for when you kind of shape your flowers. What you do is, if you have one of those fancy embossing tools, then go to town. You know, there's the ones with the little circle balls at the end. I don't have one of those fancy things, but I do have this tool here that has a rounded edge, and that's what I'm using. So basically what I did was I just put some pressure, and as you can see, it's already starting I don't know if you can see that. The petals are starting to kind of move up and cup a little bit. I'm going to then turn it upside down and doing a circular motion in each one of these petals. So the idea is that you're kind of making it look like a real life flower. I turn it back over, and there you go. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you see how it's kind of shaped my petals just a wee bit, as opposed to a flat piece that you can kind of barely see. This actually shaped my petals out. You can have them where they're furled up or furled out, your choice. I love to do it where the petals are kind of up and out a little bit. So same direction, same steps for this one. So you're going to do circle in the center, kind of cup it. Now notice I'm not using a professional embossing tool, any kind of rounded edge. I've used a rounded edged marker before, like the cap of a marker that's rounded. Anything like that will work. And then of course you do want a foam mat, a nice foam mat. One that's kind of thick, not too thin, will get you a great base to kind of make those flowers pop. And look at that. It's already starting to come up. And then I turned it over, and I am cupping those petals. I'm doing it kind of right around the edge of that flower in a circular motion. Y'all, there are gobs of tutorials out there on flower shaping, so I'm not, by all means, this is not the end all of flower shaping tutorials, but definitely the very, very basics of how to do it. And again, in this direction. And that gives you a very basic, kind of gives the flower some shape. So from here, I am going to do that in the center of this kind of decorative piece. You'll see it's kind of like whoop, trying to curl up on itself. And then I'm going to grab a couple of glue dots here. You could probably use your craft glue. I think I did that on my originals, but this is so much quicker, and it adheres pretty well. I'm going to do a couple, one on each end here. Put that middle piece down. It flew away. Then I'm going to do the same thing, do a couple of the glue dots, and I'm going to then put the smaller flower petal right there in the center, a little die cut. And if y'all hear that bell, that's my cat. He is following and walking around all over, so welcome to real life. Little kitty running around everywhere. Here's the second or the third piece, and now you can put them directly where the petals are right over each other, or you can give it a little bit more interest and do it so that they're right kind of in between. And then I'll just take this and I'll push it down a little bit. Then I'll grab the whole piece together, and then I'll just lift up some of those petals. They have their shape. Now I'm going to give them a little bit more life by lifting them up. Paper is awesome. It will hold its shape really nicely. And then just, again, I'm kind of manually giving this a little bit of life. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. I just love it. I just love it. Okay, so there's the beautiful flower. Now what we're missing is the center. And what we use for that is one of our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rainbow drops. And look at these gorgeous things. Let me see if I can zoom out just a tad. The rainbow drops. We have all the different colors. And in this one I picked the green because again, I was thinking the spring, lots of fun. Yellows and greens happen in the spring. Ideally, I had picked the larger balloon. Let me go ahead and grab my original over here. So here's one, and notice I picked the larger bloom. Excuse me, I keep saying bloom, the larger bling. I ran out of my large blings, so I had to go down to my middle size, but you know what, I think it looks just fine with the middle size too. I think it's gorgeous. Again, use one of your glue dots to adhere it, right there, and then right in the center, and then press down. Voila! You have that beautiful flower. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to adhere this little guy again with the glue dots. And these are kind of tiny. They're perfect actually for what we're doing. And you're going to put that right on top of the stem. And I'm actually going to do a couple because I don't want this to fall off rather, the back of my flower, because the stem is so tiny. I want to make sure it sticks real well. Alright, so there's a couple of the glue dots right there. And it doesn't technically matter, you're just going to put it so that the greenery is hanging off the bottom there. Right on there. See there? So it's perfectly stuck now. Not going to worry about it coming off. So pretty. And then the last bit is to attach the leaf. And so another glue dots. I'm going to say another couple of glue dots actually. I'm going to put that one right there. And then one more on the opposite side. Same area, opposite side. Notice I'm putting it on the top of the die cut. And then let's see, have it just coming up and out of the side. Press firmly so that the glue dot sticks. See right there? And then your flower is ready. It's done. Now I was talking earlier, or I mentioned earlier, I showed you what I did to the backs. I basically took an itty bitty little binder clip. You guys know these binder clips, right? And I just thought, I don't know why I did it, honestly. I just thought, well, that would be easy to attach the flower to it. And it just, you know, you press and it opens up and then closes up over the ribbon or the twine or whatever it is that you're using. So that would be the last step that you could do if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could just adhere this to your string either with hot glue. Honestly, that's what I would probably do, is use hot glue so that it won't pop off. But if you want to do the clips, grab yourself some binder clips, excuse me, from the office supply store or Walmart. I'm sure carries a bunch of these tiny ones. Hot glue them to the back, and then you can just clip them on directly to your banner. Now let's go ahead and move this over and bring out the banner piece here and the letter. So remember, I did spring, but you could do whatever you want. Like I said, Easter is a great option. So can you see how it's adhered? There you go. It's popped up a bit. It's not flat to the banner because it just gives it just a slight bit more life when it's popped up. It gives it a little bit more interest, believe it or not, it does. So what I used was our foam squares for that, our medium foam squares. And I just put one on each end here. Just kind of on the corners of your letter. I might even split this in half. I do that often actually. Makes your foam squares just go an extra mile. And then the last one's here. Then you would attach it straight to your banner. Grab these. The backings of these they're just probably like the thing that I hate the most about these things. I love them. I can't live without them. I don't like taking those banners off. Then I'm just going to settle this down right in the center. Try to make it as straight as I can. Look, it fits perfectly right in there. And then you're going to punch a hole on either side. I used my Crocodile because I love this thing. It's the perfect size width. Hole right in the corner. There and there. And now it's ready to string. And so now all you have to do is get out whatever string that you're using. In my case, it's kind of a sneak peek. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I am using some not yet to be released. It's going to be released on April the 1st. Super, super cute. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. Look how cute this string is. I keep calling it string. Ribbon, whatever you want to call it. It is a ribbon. But look how beautiful. It is a ribbon made to look like it's a vine of leaves. Okay, It's awesome, guys. It is just awesome. And it's only available April 1st. They're not available quite yet. Everything else is. Just keep an eye out for it, okay? It's got such awesome trim in that package. You can't, like I said, you can't really tell from the package, but it's beautiful. That gold, the pink, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to show it to you in person. Obviously, this is ready, and you can see this one, but the other ones are just so pretty as well. Anyways, isn't that gorgeous? So shiny. You can't really get the shine from the catalog, but there it is. Okay, so, but you've got it done, guys. You've gotten your clips. You're either going to hot glue these to your ribbon once you've threaded through. So I guess we go that way. You'll get all of these completed. If you're doing Easter, E-I-S-T-E-R, spring, whichever ones. Then you'll thread it through. Now, excuse me. You're going to start, you've got a couple options. You can go from the bottom in, and then you can go from the top down and thread it through down and then back up. If you do that, then you're not going to see but only a bit on each little, the end of each banner. So what I suggest is start threading your ribbon from the bottom up. So you'll go from the bottom, thread it up, grab it, pull it, then push it back down through. So then you'll have that beautiful greenery showing over your letter. You'll get that beautiful little added little element on your banner. Or if you're choosing a different ribbon, you'll get to see the ribbon. Okay, if you don't want to see the ribbon and you just want your banner to be shown, then you will thread it the opposite direction, which would be starting from the top down and then back up from the bottom. All right, so once you get all those threaded, then you'll clip your flowers right in between. So let's see, where did I take this one from? I'm gonna go ahead and move this up and over. I took this one from between these guys. So I'm just gonna clip this back. And I just love it. I love how easy that was. Now, if you don't want to do the whole clip thing, then like I said, just hot glue it down. Use some sort of adhesive that will stay. Okay, you don't want those falling off while you're while it's hung up in your house. All right. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that a sweet idea for a banner? I just kind of love it. I'll show it one more time, and then it's gonna go back in my living room. I keep saying living room because my hallway or my entryway is right next to my living room. So I'll go ahead and show it to you one more time. Sweet and simple spring banner. Some fairly little amount of supplies needed. Little bit of that beautiful vine ribbon that I gave you a sneak peek of that's available April 1st. Otherwise, you could use whatever ribbon, substitute whatever letters and cutesy things you want, and voila, you have a gorgeous banner. I hope you enjoyed it. All the products that you see in this video that I used are available through my online store, which is www.funsneighborsjourney.com/Janice Whiting. Would love for you to go over there, check it out, shop like you would any online store. In that website, you'll just click on the shop button. All those items would be available to you. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.